Hey, it's Andy Bricks and welcome to another review. Today we have set 7683, Indiana Jones. The set was called Flight on the Flying Wing. So there's a couple of fights going on there, but yeah, Fight on the Flying Wing. It's from the Raiders of the Lost Ark movie. Set came out in 2009. And has 376 pieces, parts or bricks, whatever you'd like to call them. I like to call them bricks, but yeah, they're more bricks and parts. There's some special pieces there, but yeah, that's where we're at. Indy's waving away, but we'll get his hand back down. So yeah, let's have a look at the box. It's quite a thick box, a bit thicker than some. Love the box art, bit of a whip theme going through there, up and around. Indiana Jones. As we said, the fight on the wing. On the flying wing, we've got the tanker and our minifigs. Two are named Indiana Jones and Marion Ravenwood, and two are not, which is something that you wouldn't see today. They would all be named on a out of a movie theme like this, whether they were nobodies or what, you know. Back of the box is just some art. It's got the pilot grabbing some jewels. It is the Raiders of the Lost Ark, but at this point they hadn't found it. The fuel tanker, which looks... The stickers make it look a lot like it did in the movie, with those valves down the side. We have the two goodies running away, and yeah, these guys don't even look like they know that they're there. We've got, these obviously go like this or the other way, but yeah, there she is in there. I think in the movie she does some shooting up from that little rear turret area, and just shows you just pull that off. It doesn't tilt or anything. It's a bit of a sort of like a wind intake type thing, but I'm sure it wouldn't be. And that's where the little treasure chest gets stashed. Picture of the cockpit tilting forward, like I said, those running away, and a set down here that I've never seen, and I must see if there's a review of it actually. Someone's done one, because I just love the look of those vehicles. They look cool. Top of the box, same picture as the front of the box with the minifigs. Some quite nice art down the side, very South American, opposed to this happened in Egypt, so not sure what the go is there. It's a bit of a map. Yeah, can't really see if that's a... What's that word there? Guinea, like Papua New Guinea? I'm terrible at pronouncing and reading, so I'm not sure what that... It doesn't look like it's anywhere near Egypt, but yeah. Come on, Lego. You could have done that alright. Looks like the same map on the back. Which is, there's Peru, so it's more, that is South America, which is what that art looks like around the box. Not very Egyptian at all. Would have been cool if it was Egyptian. So there's that. The manual is sort of standard fare for Lego. Oh, there's a picture that I want to show you. 58 pages to complete the build. So it's 57 pages of building, maybe, not quite, 56 maybe, because the front two wouldn't be it. There's 44 steps in the build. There's not a lot to it. You know, the wings take up most of it, some big pieces. Back of the, don't see that very often these days. 2009 I think, may have even been earlier, 2008 police truck. Wish I'd gotten one back when. It's quite a cool one, and you got so much more. You got an actual little building with this, a couple of stories. Not very big, but tall it was. Here's that same set. Gosh, that truck looks like something from Wacky Races when I was a kid watching Wacky Races. The something or other mob, and they use their feet to power it. Oh, that was great. But yeah, I didn't think I'd get that nostalgic little kick there. Great looking minifigures, I love them. Indy in a suit, and I'm not sure who she is, but Indy's car just looks fantastic. I love the front guard part, how they've done that out of that flag piece. And yeah, this is the set. Set 7682 says in the corner. So yeah, cool set. Very cool. Let's have a look for it, see if I can find one around. Here's our, I brought this second hand, but the person had the spare bricks in there. It's not too much. A gun, that printed bit, goggles and a lever and a couple of studs and a Technic pin, a couple of cheese slopes and another Technic pin. Yeah, paid $150 for this in New Zealand, which I'm not sure what it actually goes for today. I haven't seen it. I got this a couple of years ago. Let's have a look at the figures, eh? We've got Indy and Jones first. I love that whip. The hat was probably the first time they'd made this hat for Indy. Maybe the side bag too, actually. I'm not too sure. I must have a look. I should have done that before I dove into the review. But it's got a nice bit of silver for his zipper there, and some black highlights for his pockets, and his gun on his belt. A little bit like Star Warsy, but not quite. And nothing on the back for this time, as pretty much I think how it was with all Lego minifigs. I'm not too sure actually. I think some Star Wars ones were had printing on the back. Maybe 2009. Yeah, sure. I'm sure they had back printing. 2009, surely. I got into Lego in 2010, so I'm not too up with. I got quite a few sets from earlier, but I honestly wouldn't know what the story was with back printing or that. Here we have, gosh, what was her name? Marion Ravenwood. She has a brown carrot piece for a club. Some nice printing, quite fine in the front. She has two faces. Unfortunately, the back of her face, as I say, I brought this second hand. She had been bitten just below her, the corner of her mouth, over on this side. But yeah, so someone's had a bit of trouble. Gosh, I remember all my Lego as a child. Well, I was 10. Had bite marks on it. Every bit would go in, especially the head, go in the mouth to be pulled off. Yes. So I had a look at Brickset to see what these other guys were called, because they didn't have a name on the box. And this chap, some very nice printing. I wonder if I can just get that light out of his head a bit. Nice printing, silver in there. Nothing on the back. I think no, just one print on the head. I like that face. I'm not sure why. The old hole top. I'm glad they stopped doing that. I'm not sure why they did it to start with, honestly. I'm pretty sure if you got one of those stuck in your mouth, in your throat, that wouldn't help you breathe. Not through that little hole. Anyhow, oh, that was, sorry, his name is German Pilot Number 5. And lastly, we have this chap, who is called Aeroplane Mechanic. I think I've used that torso a couple of times, maybe Dustin and the Prince of Persia. That head has only ever been used twice in Indiana Jones as this character, and twice in 2010, I think it was, for Star Wars. He was in a battle pack, and I'm not sure what the other set was. Wouldn't have been an Advent calendar, because that didn't happen until 2011. But yeah, quite a unique head. Only used a couple of times. Only used for 2 characters in the Lego universe. The Aeroplane Mechanic. And I think he uses that wrench to give old Indy the bash. Right, let's have a look at the truck. Very cool. Love the truck. This is a little bit loose and moves around, and you just have to keep centering it. There would have been no way for them to lock it into place. Good idea, get a barrel in there. It looks like a vintage, you know. There's your lever to get the gas flowing. It's got a big gas pipe on it. As it's supposed to fill the in the movie, this is actually fueling the plane, the flying wing. So very cool. Just top comes off. That's how they get that to stay on there. Extended it out a bit. They probably wouldn't have needed to do that. But yeah, that's what they did back then. Let's put the mechanic in there, because he's He's got the least in his hands. I don't know if he can take his wrench in there. I love these. I love the cockpit because you can actually get 2 minifigs in there. So it's a real bonus because there's not many vehicles that Lego make that you can be side by side. So yeah, and it's just because the studs are offset there. See the ones at the front are offset to those 2 there that are in the sunlight, in the shining from the lamp. Yes, I wish I could get rid of that shine. I don't think that my light bulbs are strong enough if I put a bit of paper over them to stop it. So there we have old. It's hot in the desert. In his truck. Very cool tanker. I fell in love with the set the moment I saw it. I absolutely love planes, so that's why. And I love Harrison Ford. You know, I fell in love with him as Han Solo, so you know it's just a must to like him in other movies he's done. Now the wing, let's just see what we can do here with the zoomy zoom. Try and get it all in the shot. I think I heard a shark. Right, so just tips forward. We have a very unusual colour there, the sand green for the piece hinge for the cockpit, which just has those flight controls on them, which are actually quite cool. I'll get it up the right way actually. Very much like in a plane. I'm sure you'd see a lot more, but just that one in the middle, awesome. And well, I like it. And one seat. Let's get this back in shot. Actually, let's put our pilot in there. And the build for this is much like the build for the cockpit piece hinge is very similar, and how they get this piece on is similar to the Star Wars ones, as you would well imagine. Under here is where our little cargo container is. It's quite hard to get out, maybe not for a child. It does just sit on a tile, so that's what this is for. The original brick separator for us kids in the 80s and 90s, as you couldn't get a brick separator. Not like you can today. And I just dropped his wrench. So that will give me something to do tomorrow to try and find it. So that's supposed to come off as one piece. It's 2 2x3s stuck together. So you've just, there's three gems in there. A ruby, a very light green sapphire, maybe. Not that sapphires are that, and a diamond. So it was supposed to be the Ark of the Covenant, and that's all they could find. So it just sits down on that tile there. Whether we can see that, man, I need to do something about my lighting. It's much to be desired. I have just gone and looked up some for some better bulbs. I need to stop spending money on Lego and buy bits to film with. The gunner's turret, that's a sticker over there. That's a print. That is a print. Sticker for the flight controls, which we better... I didn't like how far he sat away from the flight controls. I thought that was a bit stupid. Does he fly it via mental, what are they called, telepathic? yeah, right. There is another brown chair in there for the gunner, but that is it. The guns do swivel and they're on a ratchet, so you can lift them up and down separately. I don't know whether they would follow each other, come up and down like that. In the movie, this looks nothing like this, but Lego did do a pretty good job. I don't like the wheels, and I'll explain that why in a second, but this is called a... it was, I think they sort of fantasized it. I don't know if they actually built this plane, because I had a little bit of trouble understanding what I was reading. But this is supposed to be a Horton BV-38. Now that plane doesn't exist at all. Now Horton brothers, they built planes for the German army, Second World War. What this is modelled off of is another Horton brothers airplane. Was actually a flying wing jet that I think they built two of them maybe. You can see a little bit of footage on YouTube about I don't even know if they got to test fly one. I think they may have done one and crashed and killed a guy, but the war ended and it didn't happen. And Hitler was getting crazy and trying to build. He wanted the brothers to come up with something like this that had 3 propeller engines on each side that would fly to the US, so they could nuke Los Angeles, I suppose. I'm not sure. They may have gone all the way over to New York. I don't know what the plans were, but I have seen a documentary on it. But yeah, that's so the plane is modelled off of the HO-229, which was a prototype plane that they'd built. Saw a great documentary on it because they actually rebuilt it just recently, a non-flying version of it, and fired a whole lot of radar at it to see, you know, whether, because it was supposed to be a stealth bomber way back then, and really interesting. Off target by a mile, but I love planes so much, and we're lucky that the war didn't go on further, and they got their way with what they were building, you know, because they were very clever. So that's what this is trying to be. Is all silver in the movie with a couple of Nazi flags on the wings. Now it would have been great if Lego had done this in all light grey, because I think this is dark grey, isn't it? It's not light bluish grey, is it? Gosh, I'm a little bit lost. Or is that light bluish grey? Maybe that is the light grey. I'm trying to just see something around. It's dark grey. Oh, hang on. That's your light. This is the dark. That's the light. Yeah, imagine if it was all done in that colour. That would be so great. But yeah, this is what I don't like about it. The landing gear. It's useless. It just hangs there. You know, if I was a kid, I would have just ripped that off. As soon as I got into the air and just, you know, flying it around without landing gear on it. Well, it's not very good, bad lighting there, but yeah, it's supposed to have those on there. Too much, or just a bad design. Worst design I've seen for landing gear that they've done. But it's the only time they've ever sort of done a tandem wheel. So yeah, I'm not sure. It's the only downside for me on this. It looks like a whole piece under there that must fill that whole area in through there. But yeah, stickers 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 stickers on each side. That's a big one. That's all one sticker. And then the yellow and the little quarters at the front. And yeah, just a lovely plane. You just sometimes when you come into land, those wheels, I don't know if you'll be able to excuse all that rubbish. Let's see if we can, where are we, Andrew? So as we come into land, you know, the wheels sort of drop back, but sometimes they'll flop forward, and it doesn't happen all the time. But yeah, I don't know how you could have fixed that. But yeah, the only downside. Sorry about the bad editing, because there is no editing, and I must get Bianca to teach me about the, you know, how to cut it. When I do it, I lose everything, you know, from where I can't seem, I don't know, I'm not the greatest. So she's a bit of a backyard bricks with Andy. Let's get out our figs quick. Not that we need to. Actually, I don't even know if they're in the shot still. Here's our pretend Hornet. Horton Brothers. Pretend Horton Brothers aircraft. Pilots inside. Let's whip them out quickly. So they can all say, see ya, thanks for watching Andy's review. And let's bring the box back just for why nots. It's not in the picture, so it doesn't really matter. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked that one. This is, you know, like I say, since I first saw this set, I always wanted it, and not very often in New Zealand sets will come up like this, and so expensive to bring them in from the US. So yeah, I just waited my time, and this was the first one I came across. And I've probably had this for a couple of years now, well and truly, maybe 3. But yeah, see, there's that wheel problem like I was talking. Just yeah. Anyhow, no way around it. Okay, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, I'll be sure to subscribe back to you. And thanks for watching. And I've just found our mechanic spanner, so there'll be nothing to do later. No Lego to go looking for. Yay! Because it's not much fun. And yeah. Oh yeah. I've lost some pieces and never found them again. And some of them are quite important. But hey, that's how it goes. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked that one. Give us a like. Let's try and get 10 likes on this one. That's not a lot. And but I'll be happy. And yeah. But if I don't, I won't be worried. But yeah. I need to do more videos to try and grow my channel. That's where I fail. But hey, I got a few sets the other day, so there's a haul coming up soon, so keep your eyes peeled, or keep your eyes open if you want to watch that one. I had to get something in from the UK, a brand new Lego set that's just out, but it doesn't look like it's coming to New Zealand, which happens way too much. And yeah, so thanks for watching. This was set 7683, Fight on the Flying Wing. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Keep loving Lego. And yeah, just keep loving Lego. But don't give them all your money. But yeah, it's a little bit hard not to. And yeah. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.